Yeah.
We're on page 3 of the announcement docket. Yeah, the new phone's not working yet. This is cause number 23CCCR0346, case of style of state of Texas versus Jeremy John Lowe. Mr. Lowe, is that your full name, Jeremy John Lowe?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Lowe?
Pretty good.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Lowe. You're represented in your case by your attorney, James Macon. Attorney Macon, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor.
That's good. And the state is represented in this case by attorney Erica Porter. Attorney Porter, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Macon, what is your announcement in Mr. Lowe's case?
Your Honor, we need about 30 days, and I think we'll be able to work out a plea on this case.
Or give us a reset date? Now he's in custody. October 30th of 2023. Mr. Lowe. You
Your Honor,
gonna
I
say
think
something?
we'll dispose of it before then, but that's great.
Yeah. He's in custody. I mean, you could give him almost any Thursday.
Be October 9th. I mean,
You could put it on a Thursday with the jail run cases.
that'd be October 30th.
Want the 12th?
12th is fine.
Okay. Case to be reset to October 12th of 2023. Mr. Lowe, your attorney is going to get you reset. You can follow the bailiff and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Macon, you have a couple of cases, I think.
I do,
The
Your
other
Honor.
clients are not here, at least.
They were.
Okay, he don't have them marked off. Let me see. Orlando Martinez,
They, I thought she called me.
Do what now?
She called, Aaron called me, reset.
Oh, reset it? Okay, they've been reset. Your Honor.
hey, you said Torres.
Torres, Alex Torres, and Orlando Martinez.
Okay, now what about, okay, they've been reset. Okay, Mr. Macon, you think that's the only ones you have? Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, well,
I
we have
counted-
one on the jury trial docket.
Yeah, I filed a motion to withdraw. Mr. High, well, nicely put, says I misrepresented several things to it.
Okay,
And does not want me.
Denair High. Yes, he has a motion to withdraw. The number is 23CCCR 0390. No. 0390. Now, this is cause number 23CCCR 0390, case of style, the state of Texas versus Denair Kendrell High.
Yes, sir.
Mr. High, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. High?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. High. You're represented in your case by your attorney, James Macon. Mr. Macon, I have before me a motion to withdraw as counsel in this case. Is that correct, Mr. Macon?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. High, have you received a copy of this motion to withdraw?
I did.
Do you have any objections to Mr. Making withdrawing as counsel in your case?
No, sir, because I requested.
Okay. The court is going to grant the motion to withdraw. Mr. Making, you relieve your responsibilities as a counsel in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. I, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options regarding your right to have an attorney. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number two, if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
And number three, if you desire to give up your right to have an attorney to represent you, you can represent yourself. We call it waiving your right to an attorney. And you can request the right to represent yourself. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you know what option you would like to exercise at this point? Because you do not have a lawyer representing you.
I have to listen to a full point lawyer.
Okay, just have a seat. The bailiff is going to give you some paperwork to fill out. Once you fill that paperwork out, when we have time, we'll call you back in and go to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. They still hadn't showed up. Next case is cause number M326370, case of style of state of Texas versus Joseph Kevin Broussard Jr.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
How are
Mr.
you?
Broussard, please come forward. I'm doing fine, Mr. Nguyen.
Is Colby in the courtroom?
No, Colby is here today.
He's not here this morning.
Colby is not here this morning.
Okay, we had an offer of anger management and dismissal. We've taken that class. I've emailed it to Sylvia, Kobe's secretary. I have not received any confirmation that she's gotten it, but we're hoping to get that dismissal filed today.
Okay, I'll follow it.
Okay, the prosecutor that's here, Ms. Erica Porter, stated that they did receive the anger management
Perfect.
certificate, and she's, I guess, dismissing the case right now.
Yes.
She just have to go on the laptop and do the dismissal. Mr. Broussard, just have a seat. It's going to take a few minutes for them to dismiss the case.
Thank you so much, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, and we'll give Mr. Broussard a copy of that dismissal.
Perfect. Thank you so
All right.
much, Judge. It was
All
a
right.
pleasure being in front of you.
All right, you're welcome. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Jackie Robinson Jr. Is he still in felony court?
But we said he does have a pending felony. I'm not his attorney in that case, so I'm not sure.
It says Jackie Robinson. Oh, you're not the attorney on the felony. Oh, okay.
Correct.
Okay. So, do you have any idea what's happening on that case today? Are they going to dispose of it today? It's on the announcement docket, page 5, the second one, second case. Now, if it's disposed of today, if the felony is disposed of today, what are you?
Well, I believe maybe the state would be willing to work with me on a deal, possibly dismissing it since it's.
Okay, we
the
just,
same as-
Yeah, we just gotta find out what.
okay, okay, just, we'll call it back up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'll hold on it.
Your Honor, I do have two, but
Oh,
they're on the trial.
oh, okay, let me go to the trial. docket.
Actually, Benoit and Olivia Cody.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, next case is cause number M329308. Case is style of state of Texas versus Ashley Ann Benoit. Ms. Benoit, would you please come forward? Ms. Benoit, this is cause number 329308. Case is style of state of Texas versus Ashley Ann Benoit. Ms. Benoit, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Benoit, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Laura Perazzo. Ms. Perazzo, what is your announcement in Ms. Benoit's case?
Your Honor, we're ready for.
State,
We're ready.
okay. Ms. Perazzo and Ms. Benoit, you'll be back tomorrow at 1:30 for us to pick a jury.
Yes, sir.
All right. You excuse,
Number 6.
What, number 6? Okay.
okay. Next case is cause number M331726, case is style of state of Texas versus Olivia Nicole is that Ducote?
Cody.
Ms. Ducote, your full name is Olivia Nicole Ducote? How you doing, Ms. Ducote?
Well,
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Ducote, you're also represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Laura Perazzo. And Ms. Perazzo, what is your announcement in Ms. Ducote's case?
we're ready for trial.
State,
We're ready, y'all.
okay? So Ms. Ducote and Ms. Perazzo, you'll be back tomorrow at 1:30, and we'll pick a jury. Okay, all right. Next case is cause number M334280, case of style of state of Texas versus Herbert Devon Riley. On the announcement docket, page 5, second one from the bottom.
Mr. Riley's present.
Cause number M334280, case of style of state of Texas versus Herbert Devon Riley. Mr. Riley, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Riley? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Riley, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Nathan Reynolds. And Attorney Reynolds, how are you doing?
Doing well, good.
Mr. Reynolds, what is your announcement in Mr. Riley's case?
Mr. Riley has a pending felony case.
Okay, I see that.
And he was there this morning and he informed me that that felony case has been reset to a later date to allow him to procure an attorney.
Do
See
you,
if he qualifies for a court-appointed attorney. And we'd ask that this case be reset concurrent with this.
do you have that court date? Did they give you the court date?
Next month, I got the paper.
Let me see if I can.
Hold on. They didn't give us a date.
They don't, it's not in the computer yet. What I can do is just, when they put it in.
Okay, so we're gonna reset this date on the same date of the felony.
Please,
The
sir.
bailiff is getting the paperwork from someone. Once he gets the paperwork to our court coordinator, case will be reset on that same date. Once you get your reset, Mr. Riley, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. October 16th is the date that it's gonna be reset to.
That's the
Mr.
only case.
Mr. Reynolds, okay, that's it? Yes. Mr. Reynolds, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
You better get that dismissal.
He said you sent that.
Okay.
I said, he didn't sign. I'll sign it.
Okay. Let's see. Next case is cause number M 333-674. Case is filed in State of Texas versus William O'Neill Walker.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Walker, your full name is William O'Neill Walker.
Correct.
How are you doing, Mr. Walker?
Good, how are you, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Walker. You're represented in your case by your attorney Jack Lawrence, and Attorney Lawrence. How are you doing?
Just fine this morning, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Walker's case is on the court's trial docket. What is your announcement?
It would be, I don't think we've ever been on the announcement docket, Your Honor. But it would be not guilty until we're further along at least.
But you said you've never been on the announcement docket. This case is on the court's trial docket.
Somehow it got set on the trial docket. I can show you,
He did.
well,
Hold on, hold
I think he
on.
has a felony ag assault.
You have a pending felony?
Yes, sir, it's scheduled for October 30th.
Okay, hold on a minute.
and the felony's been reset to,
Okay, hold on a minute.
I had difficulty finding what he's charged with on the misdemeanor. In the penal code, if you could tell me the penal code number for this.
Well, you can, I'm not gonna do your job for you. You can give it the DA's office, or you can look it up. Let me see, this is on the trial docket. Let's see. This is your,
And it's stemming out of the same event as the misdemeanor as well, Your Honor.
so you talking about the felonies, it's the same, out of the
It
same
is,
criminal
yeah.
episode?
Same incident.
It is.
Okay, hold on a minute, Walker. Walker. Is this one? We got two Walkers. Okay, this is William Walker. One through five. Okay.
I would like to note something else before.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me see. One bird. Sure. Okay. It's been on announcement that, let me see it, attorney to employ attorney, hold on a minute. Well, you're appointed in this case, Mr.
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay, no. Yeah, I only see notice of appointment. Yeah, I only see notice of appointment. I don't see when it was reset for either trial or, yeah, hold on a minute.
I don't think we've been here before.
Let me see. I see an announcement was set on June, it was June 26, 2023, said it was set with a felony on that day, June, July.
Possibly.
So I guess this was reset from the June 26 announcement. So you say you still have a felony,
Yes, sir. Correct.
okay, and the felony date is when?
October 30th.
And your attorney, Mr.
Wilkerson.
Wilkerson is on that,
Correct.
on the
Yes,
felony?
sir.
And Mr. Lawrence, you want this case reset to that same date, is that correct?
Or the day after, he has to travel from Jackson, Mississippi, Your Honor. So
Well, we could do it on the same day, unless you
Same
wanted
day
to
is
travel
possible.
2 days.
Same day, time, Your Honor.
Okay. We're gonna reset it on October 30th of 2023. Once you get your reset from your attorney, Mr. Walker, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor.
Okay, and we're gonna put it on the announcement docket, not on the trial docket.
Great, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lawrence, you have any other cases? This is it?
This is it. If I could be excused,
You're free to go. Once you get your reset, and you have a blessed day.
thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The dismissal. Mr. Broussard, you can come forward. Your case has been dismissed. You can get a copy of the dismissal from our clerk. Is it print now? You can get a copy of the dismissal from the clerk right here. Once she gives you the dismissal, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay. Next. Next case is cause number M331716, case of style of state of Texas versus Ed Alberto Renee Sanchez. This is on the announcement docket, page 5, the last case, cause number M331716. And Mr. Sanchez, your full name is Ed Alberto Renee Sanchez.
Yes,
And how are you doing, Mr. Sanchez?
no, thank
You doing all right? That's good, Mr. Sanchez. You're represented by your attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Rojas, what's your announcement in Mr. Sanchez case?
Judge, I did have an offer in Mr. Sanchez's case. I'd like to reset to go over the offer and the video.
Okay, give us a reset date. How much time you need?
October 30th.
That's fine.
That's fine. Mr. Sanchez, your attorney is going to be given the reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. The case will be reset to October 30th of 2023. All right. And y'all have a blessed day. Next case is cause number M333014. Case is style of state of Texas versus Deshauna Marie Brooks. What,
Second.
President, we're ready.
do we have the paperwork ready on that?
I got this. I sent
Okay.
the thing to her.
Okay, she doesn't have the paperwork yet.
Oh,
Y'all just have a seat. The paperwork has to get to her and then to me. And so once it gets to us, then we'll be able to do the play.
can she wait outside?
That's fine. Ms. Scott, did your client show up?
Here, Your Honor, she has a case in our court this morning. I don't know if she checked in there, either.
Okay, well, we'll do, we'll check. Okay. Okay, just. His client not here either. Mr. Lewis, is your client here?
Yes.
Trayvon? Yeah, Trevante Moulton. Mr. Moulton, he's on the announcement docket, page 3. This is cause number M329608, case of South State of Texas versus Trevante Marquise Moulton. Mr. Moulton, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Moulton? You doing all right? Mr. Moulton, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Marvin Lewis. Attorney Lewis, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Mr. Lewis, what is your announcement in Mr. Moulton's case?
Judge, he has,
Oh, he has 2 cases, cause number M332360 and cause number M333010. Okay,
he has felonies pending out of the criminal district court. Judge, who on the trial docket today, we have been reset for 5 weeks. I was hoping to keep them in line with the felony case. We haven't got the exact date yet, though.
okay. So, and you want these cases set on the same day?
If possible.
State, you have any objections?
No objection.
So we'll have, our court coordinator would have to check.
I don't know if they put it in.
Okay. Is on September 27th.
I think that was for.
So they're not set the same day.
No, they were on 2 separate days. They moved them all, put them all in the document.
Okay, one is today,
Right, the deal kind of.
and the other one is September 27th.
But they're gonna move all of them on the same day.
They're gonna
So
move them
just-
off the same.
I could just wait and see what they do, and then reset it and send it.
Okay, so your case is gonna be reset. Our court coordinator is gonna continue to monitor the felony court to see when the case is reset to. Once she gets those dates, she'll send you notice and the bondsman notice. Stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman. Mr. Moulton, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Lewis, this is your only 3 cases.
I would.
You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Vasquez, did your client, Mr. Zacrease Johnson, is Zacrease Johnson here?
Judge, he is not here. When I've asked him, he's contacted me many times the last couple of weeks. And he did not know whether he'd be working in Houston or Dallas. And I know he was supposed to be here in person today. And I just sent a text and said, well, if you're not here, at least join us on Zoom.
Well, if he's supposed to be here in person, he need to be in person.
Yes,
Okay,
he's not.
this is cause number M326166. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Zacrease Johnson. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Zacrease Johnson at the courthouse door? And the time is 10:12 a.m. on today's date of September 11th, 2023. Okay. The bailiff called the name of Zacrease Johnson at the courthouse door. Zacrease Johnson was supposed to be here today at 9 a.m. for the court's announcement docket. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Zacrease Johnson at the courthouse door, but Zacrease Johnson did not answer. Zacrease Johnson has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. Zacrease Johnson's name was called again at the courthouse door at 10:12 a.m. on today's date. Zacrease Johnson again did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Johnson an opportunity to appear in court. State, do you have a motion?
No, save it for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted, and Zacrease Johnson bond will be forfeited. The warrant shall be issued for his arrest in cause number M326166. And Mr. Vasquez, is this your only case?
Judge, I have Mr. Mouton on the trial copy,
Okay, we'll go to that.
and he is here in the gallery.
Okay. Lester Mouton, cause number M332988. Okay, this is cause number M332988. Case is style of state of Texas versus Lester Mouton. Mr. Mouton, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Mouton?
I'm doing all right, sir, and yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Mouton, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Joe Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, what is your announcement in Mr. Mouton's case?
It's a trial, Your Honor.
You ready? Okay, state.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Mouton and Mr. Vasquez, we'll see you here tomorrow at 1:30. That's when we pick out jury. All right, so y'all free to go and y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You are. 1:30. Okay, this is cause number, you're welcome. Cause number, we have three cases, cause numbers M328475, cause number M329381, and cause number M329913. All three cases are style of state of Texas versus Darrell James Ardwine III. Mr. Ardwine is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Ardwine, how are you doing?
Doing all right.
That's good. Mr. Ardwine, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Marcus Wilkerson. Attorney Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge, thank you.
That's good. Mr. Wilkerson, what is your announcement in Mr. Ardwine's cases?
Your Honor, we've got an offer from the state that mirrors what Mr. Ordwine has reflected to me he would be willing to accept. If we could reset this on the plea docket.
Okay. Give us a reset date. Yes. October 9th. Mr. Ardwine, your cases will be reset to October 9th. On that day, you need to be here in person. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset dates. You're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Wilkerson, you can get your reset here in court.
Yes.
We have another case. Clause number M331294. The case is style of State of Texas versus Jared Devereaux Mayo. Jared Mayo was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's barely called the name of Jared Mayo at the courthouse door. Jared Mayo did not answer. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Jared Mayo at the courthouse door? Jared Mayo. Jared Mayo. Okay. Jared Mills' name was just called again at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Jared Mill did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Mayo an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Jared Mills' bond will be forfeited and warrant should be issued for his arrest. And clause number M331294. And Mr. Wilkerson, I think this is your last case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We have anybody ready? Brooks.
Here's your reset notice. Wilkerson.
Mr. Brooks, Ms. Brooks. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Tashana Marie Brooks? Announcement docket. Is it? No, it's on the trial docket, page 1. Okay, come forward, Ms. Brooks. Brooks is on the jury. Okay, this is cause number M333014. Case of style of State of Texas versus Tashana Marie Brooks. Ms. Brooks, is that your full name?
Yeah.
Ms. Brooks, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Brooks, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Ms. Brooks, you may put your hand down. Now, Ms. Brooks, you gotta take the gum out of your mouth that you're chewing on. There should be a trash can somewhere. Okay. Ms. Brooks, how are you doing? You doing good? That's good. Now, Ms. Brooks, you represented in your case by your attorney Peter Doyle. Attorney Doyle, how are you doing?
Pretty fair.
Pretty fair. Now, Mr. Doyle, do you waive a record in Ms. Brooks' case?
Yes, sir, you do.
Ms. Brooks, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that you, Tashana Marie Brooks, on or about July 16th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Ms. Brooks, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yeah.
And to this charge, Ms. Brooks, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? No contest. Now you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yeah.
And are you, I'm gonna go over that document with you after this.
Okay.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Ms. Brooks, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials TB on the line next to a box that's checked no contender, which means no contest. Did you place your initials TB on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
On the next document that is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Ms. Brooks, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read these documents?
Yes.
And did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Brooks, are you a citizen of the United States? State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit, which is in the court's file. State, you like to offer State's Exhibits 1 and 2?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections, Mr. Dahl?
None, Judge.
No objections. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted, and the court will take judicial notice on State's Exhibit Number 2, which is in the court's file. Mr. Dahl, you've advised and counseled Ms. Brooks. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Judge.
And Mr. Brooks, your attorney, Mr. Dahl, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Ms. Brooks, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest, the state has offered 1 year deferred adjudication, 80 hours of community service, $250 fine, court costs, no contact with the victim, Alexis Aaron.
Glenda, you have a calculator, I quick. I need a calculator. I need to calculate these fees. Okay, Ms. Brooks, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During this 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $292. And you'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County reimbursement fee of $15 and reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $155 a month. Will you be able to pay the $155 each month?
Yeah.
You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service. You cannot have any contact with Alexis Aaron. And you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Brooks, do you understand the state's offer? Think that the state's offering your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Ms. Aaron, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Ms. Aaron, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. And you could talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure. Now, Ms. Aaron, pursuant to the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you or warns you of the following. Number one, you are by entry or order of judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.013, a firearm means any device made, designed, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearms does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure Article 42.0131, Notice of Person Convicted of Misdemeanors Involving Family Violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, Unlawful Carrying Weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, Unlawful Possession of Firearms. Penal Code Section 25.07, Violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse and neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, Warning on protective orders. Now, Ms. Brooks, this will conclude your case. You're going to stand in front of our court clerk and follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Doyle, I think this is your only case. You'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Right here. Okay. Court is back in session. The court is in session and cause number M 331604, case of style of state of Texas versus Jared Christopher Walker. Mr. Walker is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Walker, you can take your mic off of mute. Okay, Mr. Walker, how are you doing?
All right, how about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Walker, you're represented in your case, your attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Paget, this case is on the court's trial docket. What is your announcement?
We're ready, Your Honor.
State.
We're ready.
Okay, now, Mr. Walker, you need to be here tomorrow in court, in person, at 1:30 tomorrow. That's when we pick our jury. You understand? All right,
Yes, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow at 1:30.
Thank you.
All right, you have a blessed day.
You too.
You're welcome. Next case is cause number M 332274, case of style of state of Texas versus Kevon C. Brown. Mr. Brown, you can take your mic off of mute. You can take, your mic is still on mute. Okay,
Good morning, Your Honor.
okay, good morning, Mr. Brown, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Brown, you were also represented in your case by your attorney, James Paget. Attorney Paget, Mr. Brown's case is on the court's pretrial conference docket. What is your announcement in Mr. Brown's case?
It'll go on your plea docket, Your Honor. I just asked that Mr. Brown show up in person and
Okay, give us a reset date. Yes,
October 9th.
October the 9th?
Yes.
Okay, this case will be reset to October 9th of 2023. Mr. Brown, you need to be here on that day in person in court.
Yes, sir.
And your attorney, your bonds will give you notice of your recess. You're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us. And you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. Oh, next case is cause number M 330830. Case of style of state of Texas versus Ronald Wayne Kennedy Jr. Ronald Kennedy.
he should be on.
Ronald Kennedy's name was just called at the courthouse door. Ronald Kennedy did not answer. Ronald Kennedy was scheduled to be in court at 9 a.m. Ronald, at about 9 a.m., the court's be able to call the name of Ronald Kennedy at the courthouse door. Ronald Kennedy did not answer. And Ronald Kennedy has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. Again, the time now is 10:36 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Ronald Kennedy? Well, he has already called the name of Ronald Kennedy at the courthouse door at 8:35. On the pretrial conference docket? He's the last person?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bailiff called the name of Ronald Kennedy at the courthouse door. He's gonna call it again? Yeah, okay. The time now is 10:37 a.m. on today's date, September 11th, 2023. Ronald Kennedy's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Ronald Kennedy did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Kennedy the opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Same move for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Ronald Kennedy's bond will be forfeited and a warrant should be issued for his arrest in cause number M 330830.
Your Honor, if I may, should Mr. Kennedy show up this morning, or if I can get him here quickly, would you consider reinstatement of that bond?
Yeah, well, it's up to the state.
Okay, well, and I would
Yeah.
certainly, obviously, I'll speak with her. as well. I'm going to step out and try to reach him.
Okay.
At this time, thank you for your time. Aaron.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mr. Where did he go? Mr. Mr. Adams,
Yes, sir. I got a plea.
which case? Yes,
Yeah, your mind is clean, so I'll send it to you in about 3 minutes and you can call us.
okay,
Yeah. It'll be coming to you in 3 minutes.
okay. Yes, Ms. Scott.
Okay, Deanna Mitchell, announcement docket, she is in drug court right now.
Oh, she is, okay.
They were going to dismiss this trespassing case and plea her felony today, but they are currently drug testing her. So Kevin Lane's over there with her. He said they will either take her into custody, consult her drug test, and plea her at a later date, or
Or they gonna play it
or
today.
they're gonna do it today and dismiss the case pending here about.
Okay.
Like she's going to make it over here.
That's I understand.
Okay, okay.
If you-
So in any
maybe you
event-
wanna reset it. and
In
we
any
have-
event, she won't be coming over here.
She won't be coming over here, and I do think it will be dismissed if not today, whatever day they do her plea, maybe you would reset it for a week or something.
We'll keep it on the same day. And
Okay.
because what they can do, they can just bring her over
Okay,
on that day, okay?
okay,
So you're free to go?
okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, you have a blessed day.
Sure.
She's in drug court. Yeah, Deanna Mitchell.
Which one?
It's to be dismissed.
I had it resolved.
That I am here on. I'm advised on client on Zoom.
Yes, Mark and Tail?
Yes, Judge.
Right.
Crunch on it.
Yeah, we have a prosecutor. Which, you talking about Scott?
No, Deanna Mitchell did.
That's Scott's case, right? Lindsay Scott? She announced that, if she's to plead, well, if she's to plead in felony court, and if she pleads, then they're gonna dismiss this case.
Correct.
But she has to first take a drug test.
Okay.
And if she fails the drug test, they're gonna take her into custody.
Okay.
And then they'll plea her at a later date. That's my understanding. And then this case will be dismissed at a later date.
Absolutely correct, Judge.
Mitchell.
Wanted just Mr. Mercantile.
Yes. Next. Two cases are cause number M329724 and cause number M332076. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Brett Tyler Mercantile. Mr. Mercantile is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Mercantile, you can take your mic off of mute. How are you doing, Mr. Mercantile?
How are you?
Mr. Mercantile, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Tom Kelly. Attorney Kelly, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Kelly, Mr. Mercantile case is on the court's pretrial conference docket. And what is your announcement?
Your Honor, this is all going to be resolved. This stems from a case that's been refiled. We are going to enter pleas. And I wonder if the court might set us for Friday morning.
Okay,
Unless that's too.
no, that's fine. We can reset it for Friday morning. This is, he's on the pretrial conference docket. Brett Tyler Mercantile. Mr. Mercantile, your case is gonna be reset for Friday, is that the 14th,
15.
15th? Mr. Mercantile, you need to be here in person on that day in court. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bonds. Your attorney and your bonds will be given notice of your reset date. Once you get your attorney and your bondsman, as I mentioned earlier, will give a notice of your reset dates. So stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day. We'll see you here on Friday.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay.
Next case is cause number M332868. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Brandon Keith Barnhart.
Your Honor, we can hold for a moment.
A hold on that? Okay. Next case is cause number M329508. Case of South State of Texas versus Angel Elise Fisher. See, that was a JP reduction. This is that's the note I have. Ms. Fisher, your full name is Angel Elise Fisher?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Fisher?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Fisher, you're representing your case by your attorney, Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge.
That's good. Now, Mr. LeBlanc, there's a note here on the memos said that this case is reset, give your client an opportunity to pay the fine and court costs in a JP reduction case.
Yes, Judge.
Has that been done?
Judge, she informed me that she didn't know that there was going to be the court cost, the amount of fine she had, but so she needs a little bit more time to get the rest of the things to the cost for what? 194 on top of it, and so she didn't have.
How much time do you need?
If I can have you 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
My first check.
Okay. I'm gonna reset her for 2 weeks. State, you have any objections? Will that be the 25th? That'll be September 25th of 2023. Ms. Fisher, your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. Okay, you can get your reset, Mr. LeBlanc. This y'all the case? Or you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Okay, everybody have beds. At this time, the court will be in recess. Everybody that's on Zoom, make sure your mics are on mute. Put your
Sir,
mic on,
I think I got it, sir.
put your mic on mute.
Yeah.